Hello sailors, this is the Dodgy Kebab and you are watching 10 obscure Warcraft secrets. We don't need some stupid intro where I ask you to like the notification or some bollocks like that. Let's just begin. Remember outside Nomagan, the Trogs would drop white punch cards that you'd use inside the dungeon to get the yellow punch card, then the blue punch card and so on and so on. Well, those cards could be examined and they had 1s and 0s on. This is actual genuine binary code and does hold secret messages. There is a way in-game to translate them, but it's a little long-winded. You need to save up 200 Brewfest tokens during the Brewfest World event. Next, spend those tokens on a Brew of the Month membership form from the Brewfest Quartermaster. Hand in the membership form to the NPC at the Stonefire Tavern in Ironforge. This will allow you to buy drinks from the Brew of the Month vendor inside that tavern. Each month, the vendor will sell a different drink to club members. During the month of September, the vendor will sell a drink called Binary Brew, which after a few uses will grant a buff that will allow you to read binary code. So now, go back and have a look at the punch cards, and instead of 1s and 0s, you'll see a translated message. I think the white punch card is the best. That actually says Thor and Jaina sitting in a tree, Kissing. Before Cataclysm, there used to be a potion in the game that made you immune to everything for 10 seconds. Called the Light of ELUNE, it was a one-off potion that was a level 25 quest reward and was bind and pick up. I'm sure most players just wasted it, sort of like throwing a master Pokeball at a Magikarp. Not me though, I got that bad boy sitting in my bank where it'll probably never get used. WESTFALL, the second zone most Alliance players visit. Average player level of about 15. So what did Blizzard go and do in vanilla World of Warcraft? They only went in and put a level 44 quest in it.
What's wrong with you?
Right up in Dagger Hills where no one's ever going to find it because whoever wants to return to a zone 30 levels later. The quest is called Sweet Amber and is a quest chain that is in true vanilla style that will have you walking halfway around the world to get shit that you would have thought your average market stall in Stormwind would have. The first part sees you go to Stranglethorn Vale to get some holy water from a magic fountain up high in the hills in the west of the zone. The second part of the chain requires you to get a sack of barley and a sack of rye and a sack of corn. Surely these items should be able to be found in the farms of WESTFALL, right? Right? No, these farms are rubbish. You're going to need to go all the way to the Swamp of Sorrows for the barley, the Hinterlands for the rye, and fucking Tanaris for the corn. Tanaris! It's just a desert. You're telling me not a single farmer in WESTFALL is growing corn? So you do that, and he asks you for a true silver bar. That's easy enough. Then he wants a sycamore branch that you get from Felorus. Next and last of all, he wants a bundle of charred oak which you find in Searing Gorge. Once you completed all of this, he'll reward you with a trinket. Yeah, cheers mate. If you go to the Burning Crusade dungeon, Old Hillsbrad Foothills, and then instead of following the normal path and fighting the mobs, you head to the town of South Shore, you'll find all sorts of secrets. First of all, you'll find Kel'Thuzad still in his human mage form. Then you'll notice that the town is inhabited by NPC models used in the early alpha client builds of Warcraft that were pretty much abandoned before the release of the vanilla game. But it's inside the inn that you'll find the really juicy stuff. When you enter, you'll see Tyrion Fordin on one side of a table with Commander Morgraine on the other side. You might remember Morgraine as one of the bosses of the Scarlet Cathedral. Also around the table are two other future Scarlet bosses. Fairbanks, who is the hidden boss, and Arcanist Stone. The conversation they're having is about a dark crystal that Morgraine has found that they end in charging up with light magic. This crystal becomes the key part of the legendary weapon, the Ashbringer. Did you know that during Wrath of the Lich King it's still possible to get the classic Onyxia 40-man achievement? This is because to activate certain pre-Wrath of the Lich King content achievements, there are various triggers that can set them off, like just having the Warglaives of Azzinoth will trigger the Black Temple achievement. So, pre-Cataclysm, there was a quest in Tanaris called The Only Prescription. This is a very long-winded level 60 quest from vanilla that had you go around the whole game collecting 7 chapters of a book called Draconic for Dummies. 1 chapter was dropped from Ragnaros, 1 chapter was on a bookcase in Blackwing Lair, 1 chapter was in Undercity, another in Stormwind, 1 dropped from Onyxia, and various other elite mobs in the game. Basically, all these quest items were placed in places that a level 60 during vanilla would find very difficult to gather them. However, the original vanilla Onyxia raid was removed in Wrath of the Lich King, but so long as you had the quest, the new level 80 Onyxia would still drop the quest item. So collect them all, hand in the quest, and then boom! You earn the Onyxia 40-man classic raid feat achievement. Did you know that Panda Inn made a few cameo appearances in World of Warcraft before Mr. Pandaria came along and stunk the place out? In Stormwind, you can hear a child NPC talk about them if you hang around the area of the canals long enough. In various beach locations around the game, you can see Panda Inn style turtle boat remains. Then introduced in Wrath of the Lich King was the achievement system, and with it, the Brewmaster achievement. The icon for that was, you've guessed it, a Panda Inn. Kobolds in the human starting area may seem harmless enough, but just take a look at one of their tents. Yes, they have fashioned their tents from human skin, but even more disturbing is the rugs in the shattered halls. The orcs that live there have made rugs out of other orcs. Now that's messed up. On the Vortex Pinnacle in Blade's Edge Mountains, there is a memory minigame based on the popular Simon game. Beams shoot out to one of 4 spots around the crystal that this game is set in. You have to remember both the spots that get lit up in order, and then after the beam has finished, click the spots in the same order. I have a great trick, and that is to position the camera directly above the action and have the spots laid out in front of me in this fashion. In my head, I assign the different spots a number 1 between 4, and as the beams come out, I just write in the text box the numbers that I assign to the spots that are lit up. Then I just click them back in the order that I've written them. Easy. You know Mark Kern, right? He was the team lead on the original vanilla World of Warcraft before years later delivering the classic WoW petition to Blizzard in person. Well, he had a level 31 ring named after him, which drops from the Scarlet Commander Morgaine in the Scarlet Monastery. Finally, did you know that there is a friendly NAGA NPC in the game? In Tanaris, there is a small cove that faces the sea that's very easy to miss. The NPC is called Fuck Off. There is a small cave in this cove that is named after him. Well, that's 10 points I wanted to cover. Subscribe to the like button and bookmark the bell notification. Bah.